Thank you for taking the time to view our presentation on the custom t-shirt business, market growth and potential, with a specific focus on the DigitalHeatFX toner transfer printers. Now, throughout this presentation, we're going to put a heavy focus on the potential of the market, the growth that's expected based on data that we've got from external and internal sources, including polling data. And then we'll also discuss a little bit about the technology and ColDesi itself as a company. So let's go ahead and start off by taking a look at the global market. So the global market for custom t-shirt printing industry is expected to cross $10 billion by 2025 at a compound annual growth rate of 6.3% throughout the forecast period of 2017 through 2025. That period is right now. We are in the growth phase, and this is a global market data that we're looking at right here, not just US. When we look at the US market and take information from surveyed customers from internal and external sources, we actually see even better information than this for growth for US based custom apparel businesses. First, we could take a look at the Specialty Graphics Institute's annual survey. They gathered a lot of data from people in the member of their organizations, and one of the questions they asked was about sales growth achieved. And sales growth achieved for custom t-shirts, the data showed that 69% of businesses surveyed achieved at least a 5% growth in garment decoration. So about 70% of the US-based businesses are showing right about what the previous information had said, 5% or so growth. Now, further from that, though, which is particularly more exciting, is 29.3% had a growth of at least 15% in the surveyed data. So about a third, almost a third, are achieving nearly triple, almost triple the predicted data of that 6.3% that we're seeing global. So this kind of here just shows that the US market is really on a fantastic growth path for custom decorated apparel. Now, it's not just about what the surveyed had said and about global research and things of that nature, but also just taking a look at trends. What are people asking for on the internet? When they go on Google and search, are we seeing more searches? Are we seeing a trend in how people behave and what they're looking for? And we do see a trend in that as well. The first one we look at would be Google search trend for custom t-shirt printing. So this is from 2004 through present, and what we're seeing here is a relatively flat period of time from about 2004 to about 2008. And then as digital technology started increasing and digital printing became more mainstream, we're seeing that growth trend happen. We're seeing the high spikes during seasonality of custom apparel, so that third, fourth quarter time period, we see the spikes come up, and we're seeing that significant growth. And then the last one looks like we're headed up. Based on the time that this video is recorded, we're headed back up into that late third quarter, early first quarter spike, and it looks like it's going higher as well. So people are searching for custom printed t-shirts more and more on the internet. They know it's available, they know it's affordable, and they want this stuff. Now, more interesting to me is the custom t-shirts near me. So when we add the term near me to this search, we see a really high slope in the growth of this. And again, we're seeing almost non-existent, 2004, 2000, even 10, 12 range, non-existent. Being able to get a custom t-shirt near you quickly, easily, affordable was really just not an option that long ago. Now, come the beginning of the digital age of t-shirt printing and being able to create things quickly, easily, low cost for you, which means it can be a fair price for the customer, something they're willing to pay, has really started to spike over the past few years, and we're in a really fast growth trend of folks going online and looking for custom t-shirts near me, and they want to get them quickly, easily, and they know that it's available. ColDesi has a large group of customers that we oftentimes will ask about their business, what they're doing, the trends that they're seeing. And we did a survey. We've got over 420 respondents at the time of this recording right here. And when we look at them, we're asking them how often are they getting small rush quantity orders? How often are customers asking for custom t-shirts? How much are they asking or willing to pay for these shirts as well? So let's go ahead and get into some of that. So 75% of the surveyed stated that customers' requests for small quantity rush orders were often or very often. So essentially, somebody asking for 1 to 20 shirts to be made today, tomorrow, the next day. That's how we defined often or very often. And we're seeing that almost 75%, which is a huge portion of this, are asking for these. People are looking for these small quantity rush orders, and this is where you need digital printing. There is a demand for this type of service. Now, over 50% of the surveyed stated that the small rush order requests over the past 2 years has increased for them, and 14.85 described it as significantly increased. And this goes along with that Google trend data that we're seeing that more and more people are looking for and asking for those quick run orders that you need to be able to digitally print for it. It's not, old analog systems don't really uphold to that. And what I find really interesting about this is further that almost all of the other half that didn't describe an increase said it stayed the same. And to me, that's defining a growth market right there. That some of the folks are staying the same. It's not a focus of their business, maybe. They possibly don't have good growth strategies. And the other 50%, almost the other 50%, all are saying that there's an increase in this market. Another interesting data point here is 60% of the surveyed answered that 75 to 100% of their business was considered local. And we defined this as same zip code, same city, or within 20 miles. It really depends where you are to define what local means. But almost all of it almost all of their business, 60% of them said that it's local. Local business is huge. So being able to create things near me, we saw that in the Google data, and being able to do these small runs locally is really this is a growth time for that, and there's a lot of excitement in the marketplace that you can see based on people searching and how people are interacting with our customers and business owners. On this slide, we talk about 74.74% of surveyed business owners describe their demand for custom printed t-shirts as increasing, with 19% describing it as significantly increasing. So these are folks looking for a custom t-shirt that is not just something that's necessarily simple or a large run type of thing, but people are looking for things that are custom made just for them. And typically these type of orders often come with that medium to small size order. So 74% are showing an increase. And then similar to the previous data, almost all the rest of the people are at least saying flat. So here's another one that we see that it's really showing that this is a growth trend. It's a growth market. Now, part of this growth has to do with the affordability for consumers and also the profitability for the business owners, and that's where this comes in. So the average price for a single shirt order based on the 420 respondents that we had was $21. And the average price for an order of 10 to 20 shirts, so a small run, is $18. So this is something that completely makes sense when we compare all the information that we were looking at before. 21 or 18 to $21 is affordable and reasonable for a shirt. That's if you any store out there, you're going to see that that is a very affordable price for a t-shirt. It's also a profitable price for the business owner, especially considering the total cost in that shirt might be $5 or less, and or possibly even less than that, depending on many scenarios, obviously. But based on that information, we've got a really high margin item, and it's very affordable and reasonable for the consumer. And when we combine those things together, those just create a market that grows quickly. Let's talk a little bit about the technology and what has helped deliver this market that's growing and has a lot of momentum behind it. White toner printing and full color t-shirt transfers. Just to reiterate what you might already know about these, let's define what these are. A transfer is it's similar to a transparency film. That's a coated film. You run it through a LED printer that has white toner in as well as other colors in there as well. And the steps are fairly simple to this, which is why you can create a graphic quickly and you could deliver a local small custom order type of graphic for a fair price to the customer and a profitable price to you. So you would receive your image or create your graphic, you bring it into the software that it comes with your digital printer, you print the transfer, you prepare the transfer to go on the apparel, and then finally you apply it to the shirt. It's a simple step process, and it allows you to do something from one shirt to 100. So why white toner transfer printing? There are plenty of things to talk about here with the compact size of them, and there's no maintenance and things of that nature. But oftentimes one of the big things that gets excited for small business owners is their versatility, and that's what this is all about right here. So you can print transfers to light and dark colored garments. This is superior to other technology where you can only do light colored garments or only white. So this, you could do your full color gamut of garments. You can apply these to performance wear and synthetic fibers, blends as well. This is another growing market. Performance wear, moisture wick style t-shirts, things of this nature are growing as well. This is requested, and this is often a pain point for many apparel decorators because the older technology they have does not perform well with this type of fabric. You can also apply to 100% cotton and natural fibers. Some technologies out there will not print to cotton, which is still the most popular type of t-shirt out there. The most popular apparel is the cotton. It's comfortable, it's inexpensive to manufacture, and it comes in a wide array of colors. So the most popular out there is still cotton, and white toner transfers can be applied to there. And the last would be creating promotional products. So this is something that's unique to this, is that you can, in addition to being able to do all the types of fabric in all the types of colors, you can also apply to canvas, wood, metal, and other hard substrates, which gives your business an advantage to being able to print one transfer on one paper and deliver it to a lot of different goods. Some additional applications that are definitely worth discussing. One is the wholesale transfer market to local shops. So if you have a local storefront or a franchise or something like that, and you're currently outsourcing now, you've got the opportunity to actually be that wholesale with these type of transfers, because once you go through the printing and prep process, the transfer is now safe to store and sell and be applied at a later point in time. Which leads right into this next one, storing the pre-made transfers. You can actually, if you have customers that are frequent when you're in production mode, you can actually produce their logos and graphics and things like that ahead of time, and they could be stored and used later on down the road. Making custom caps and hats. If you've got a cap or a hat heat press, then you could take these same transfers, apply them to that, and that's fantastic. If you do embroidery right now, you may or may not like working with hats. That's kind of one of the harder things to do in embroidery, and this gives you the opportunity to offer something that's just as simple to put onto a shirt as it is to a cap. Some traditional printing applications that are definitely worth mentioning are you can print white toner on dark cardstock. So this is something that's particularly unique. You can take a black cardstock and print an invitation with white toner on top of it. It's a really unique look, and it's going to be something that not everybody is going to be able to do with the technology they have. Similar effect will be with making window cling signage. So if you got window cling film, you can run it through the printer, and you can add that either white to have a white on the window cling film, which is a unique offering, or you can add white as a background to make the colors really pop off of that window cling, so the you don't see what's behind the window on that print. And then there's banner printing on dark colored papers and light as well, naturally. But that's another unique offering that's not going to be typical of a lot of these. You can run banner paper through printers and also print white onto dark colored substrates. Let's talk a little bit about ColDesi. 50 years in business, 30,000 custom apparel businesses we've helped. ColDesi's helped to start or expand over 30,000 businesses in the custom apparel market. A privately held firm, family-owned business, 60-plus employees, 3 locations. ColDesi has a wide array of equipment that's offered, from UV printing, direct-to-garment, and the digital transfer systems that we're speaking about today. And the DigitalHeatFX line of printers has established ColDesi as the #1 seller of white toner printers in the Americas. So why is one of the reasons of this? For one is just the stellar service that's been offered by ColDesi over the years, with over 5,000 4- and 5-star reviews. Customers have taken the time to give really positive feedback. Offering training as well. So we have experienced trainers in the custom apparel business, an advanced learning management system that gives you repeatable online training courses that are self-paced for you, your staff, as your business grows, refresher courses, etc., and an on-staff instructional designer that is continually working on those training courses, improving them, adding new content as the technology grows and changes over time. Our support department's fantastic too, all based in the USA. You have free email, telephone, and live video support via webcam. And the support's all done with t-shirt printing professionals. They're not just printer technicians. If you've worked with technicians in the past, if you own printing equipment, you might realize that printer technicians are kind of jack of all trade technicians. They work on 100 different type of printers. When we're talking about our support staff here, they are t-shirt transfer printing professionals. They're not just printer technicians. So you're talking about folks that specifically work with this equipment. And then direct support from our hardware and software manufacturers. So we've got particularly unique and great relationships to make sure that any issues that you have will be resolved, even if it goes beyond us and providing you direct support from manufacturing. So thank you for taking a look at this presentation. Hopefully it's helped you to learn a lot about the growth of this industry and the potential that it's got for the growth of your business as well. Thank you.